Tonight, new information in the indictment of former Rich Neck assistant principal Ebony Parker. A grand jury charged her with 8 felony child abuse charges, one for each bullet a 6-year-old brought to the elementary school on January 6th.
Now, one of those bullets hit the boy's first grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, and today Zwerner's legal team spoke out in light of the indictment. And just hours before that, the Commonwealth's attorney gave us new insight into the charges for Ebony Parker. And we have complete team coverage tonight from every angle of this case. We'll start with Emily Harrison. And Emily, you were in the courtroom when Ebony Parker appeared before the judge, and you heard directly from the Commonwealth's attorney. What was his message today?
That's right. Well, Howard Gwynn said that the report speaks for itself. He called it brutally honest and said that the grand jury specifically requested that the entire report be made public so that every Newport News family can read it.
And I think anybody who read that report had the same reaction. How could this happen? How could this happen?
The 30-page report tries to answer this question. It details how former assistant principal Ebony Parker ignored teachers and students' warnings that a 6-year-old brought a gun to school, saying, quote, Dr. Parker said his mom would come pick him up soon. Now the former administrator could go to prison for up to 40 years for her lack of action if convicted.
I never thought about this as precedential. I simply think about this as us doing our jobs. And so whether it has any precedent or not, it is not really relevant to what we do, and it has no bearing to this in the decisions we make.
Gwynn acknowledged there are also several questions about some missing documents about the boy's history. These documents are missing from Newport News Public School Division and would have detailed the child's past disciplinary problems and school history. Gwynn says it's unclear if anyone tried to hide the documents.
I agree that the files are missing. Obstruction of justice, as you know, is a criminal charge that requires certain elements. And as I said, what we'll do is we'll work with the school system to try to ferret out how this happened. And based on the facts and the law, if we believe somebody else needs to be charged, then trust me when I tell you they will be charged.
At this point, no other school officials face charges, although school leaders declined to join the Commonwealth's attorney's press conference. Gwynn says this report sends a clear message to teacher Abby Zwerner and all of the impacted Rich Neck families.
We hear you. We feel your pain. We see your trauma. And any role we can play in ensuring that that happens, then every resource in this office will be devoted to it.
Ebony Parker is expected back in court on May 17th. Live in Newport News, I'm Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.